Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's having a pleasant day today. I want to apologize for the length of my last video, as I know it went kind of long. We'll talk about that again in just a moment. But today's title is, To Dear Queen Elizabeth, It's Your Move and We Need a Checkmate. Let's go over to the disclaimer. I only do a partial disclaimer on here. If you look in the description of all my videos, I go into much more detail there. Full disclaimer can be found down below. All content was found on a public domain, and I'm using this under the fair use, fair dealings. These are my thoughts and opinions, and they may not be true. Please do your own research, and I hope you'll subscribe. Going back to just a minute, this was my last videos. They had to be two parts, and one's 14 minutes, almost 15, and the other I think is like 54. But I want everybody to know I'm not diagnosing anyone. I'm not a medical doctor, a psychologist, psychiatrist. So I'm not saying that they are. It's just open for discussion. I'm just saying that some of the traits that I've seen seem to fall under, and we've all talked about Meghan possibly being narcissistic, but having narcissistic personality disorder, and Harry from having Stockholm Syndrome. You can watch those videos and you'll learn more about them, and I apologize for the length of them. But again, I'm not saying that they have them. I don't know them. I've never met them. I only go by what I've seen and what I've noticed myself personally. Okay, let me just go back and we'll get started with this. I've got to tell you some of the stuff that I've been reading online. I'm pretty angry. I've got myself kind of in a frenzy and all upset. Anyway, let's go on. I'm just going to go through a few of these and then just kind of tell you my thoughts. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to leave LA for New York, where they won't be bothered. I didn't do the whole article, but it just says, according to Brittany Barger of Royal Central, said that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are likely to move to New York City if they try to leave California, as people won't be bothered with them there. Listen, New York City, there's so many people walking around. I've been there tons of times, used to live up in the area, and used to work and have to go into the city. But people could care less. People are in a hurry when they're on the streets. They're getting from where they've got to go from point A to point B. And you think about Jackie Kennedy Onassis, used to be the First Lady of the United States, married to President Kennedy, and then she married Aristotle Onassis. But she lived on Park Ave. Nobody bothered her. She went back and forth to her job as a editor of a large book publishing company, but people don't care there. There's people that are in from Hollywood, or people in from news stations and stuff that you see walking up and down the street in restaurants, all the time. So I don't know why they think they're being bothered out in LA. This is why I'm speaking about this, because they've got, I understand, doubled their protection group. And I went online to check the state of California to see if I find it in their budget. And I'm looking into the FBI and some of the other services that protect royal diplomats. And I can't find anything on it. Of course, it's probably not going to be listed, but I would think that it would be listed in a way we would understand when I'm looking through their budgets. But nevertheless, maybe they just want to leave California. Maybe Tyler Perry wants his house back. Maybe he's ready to go out there because they're looking to try to open up Hollywood again, and they're having talks about that with the governor as of this week, to see when they can get Hollywood back open, and the studios, and get all of those people back to work. But I think this is just a puff piece. It pisses me off because, what are they going to do? And poor Archie, my gosh, look how many times he's been moved around now. This kid is not going to have any stability. Meghan is treating her own child the way she was treated, bouncing around from house to house, her mom moving 18 to 20 times, or 18 times out of 20 years. And this is what she wants for him. Harry, come on, give your child some stability. They're not going to be happy there in New York. Harry's definitely not going to like it. It is not the most friendly place. You have to go to Central Park if you want to get some semblance of outdoor and lawns and grass and a place to play. I definitely think that is not the place for Harry. He needs to pack up, take his child, and go back home and live in London or wherever he wants to, or go back to Africa. But I just think that they just can't shut their mouth putting stuff out there, and it's making me sick. And I think the Queen needs to wake up, because Meghan is pulling all kinds of strings behind the scenes during this time, and I believe she's trying to get in their good graces, because it was said that Harry had Meghan phone Kate up and wanted to apologize to her, and that Kate supposedly apologized for her part in that she played in any of their rift. But I don't believe Meghan would apologize to anybody and seriously mean it. Meghan Markle believed Royal Courtiers hatched a conspiracy to shame her. I don't believe this for 1 minute. I think they probably didn't care for her at all, because the way she come in so loud, so boisterous. I know everything. I'm going to hit the ground running. You don't need to tell me what to do, because I'm an actress and I know exactly what I need to do. She didn't want to take anybody's advice. She didn't want to do what she was told by them. They get paid to tell her what to do. The Queen assigned several people to her to teach her how to go out and be a working royal. I'm sorry, nobody comes into any job without somebody else mentoring or telling them a little bit about the company that they're working for, so that they can then go on and do a good job. Meghan infuriates me. Meghan Markle believed there was a conspiracy hatched against her by the royals once she moved into Kensington Palace during her courtship with Prince Harry. Markle, 38, began to fear the palace's courtiers were out to harm her reputation due to her American style of management. Once the couple moved into Frogmore Cottage, she was convinced there was a conspiracy against her, and so she basically put herself in self-isolation when they moved to Frogmore, a friend told the Sunday Times. I think she felt like an outsider from the start. This wasn't the life that she was used to and that she wanted out. She also began to feel isolated, missed her mom and friends in L.A. One friend told the Sunday Times that Meghan's financial independence was the driving force behind her. I'll go on to the next page in a minute, but let's talk about several things there. First of all, I don't believe that if she did call and apologize to Kate Middleton, I think it was to try to appease Harry and maybe the palace, because I think maybe the purse strings have gotten pulled a little bit tighter, and she needs that money, especially after she just had Harry give her a $380,000 ring for her second anniversary. And what does she give Harry? And this is supposed to be their cotton anniversary. Well, she gave him a piece of cotton. It was a piece of paper where she wrote him a little love note expressing her feelings to him. Can she really not get him something? I don't care. There's Amazon. There's all kinds of places that you can order a gift from online. And if she can have a royal jeweler, or excuse me, a jeweler from Hollywood that does custom designs come out into her home so she could design the ring that she wanted. It's probably the one that she wanted when they were living in Kensington Palace, and Harry tried to get it, and he goes to the royal jewelers for Her Majesty, and he said, we just don't design personal jewelry. We design for the crown. Then he went to his father, and he said, see your grandmother. Then he went to the grandmother, and she said, well, you know, we're not going to make jewelry for her. I'm sure they made an exception for her engagement ring, but does she think, really, is she that spoiled? Is she that selfish that she should get just an anniversary gift for the second anniversary after she'd gotten the diamond-studded wedding band for her first anniversary, and then she had the eternal band replaced on her original wedding ring. So she just blows my mind with everything that that she does. Oh, anyway, let's just go on and see what was on the next page. So it said, let's see, driving force behind her and Harry's decision to leave the royals and flee the UK for sunny California. Sorry about leaving the ad on there. One of these one of these things Meghan struggled with was not earning an income set a friend. She always worked, and I think she felt unfulfilled, having financial freedom, and that was a big part in wanting to leave. Listen, she didn't want to work. She said that she wanted to leave acting behind, that she wanted to be a working royal. She has all the money in the world at her disposal, and evidently more than any other working royal around the world, as she spent more than $1 million in 1 year just on clothing alone. And you could just about add all the other working royal women around the world, and they wouldn't add up to how much Meghan spent. So this is all bullshit. It's getting on my nerves reading these articles, and where it's like taking up for her and saying this is how Meghan feels, this is what Meghan wants. I'm sick of it that the Queen and the palace can't speak about this. But I'm telling you, if this stuff doesn't come out at after the trial, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm hoping her diary is exposed, and I'm hoping the moon bump and the surrogacy, all alleged, of course, I have to say, all of that comes out. Oh, God, just burns me up. Sorry, it says one of the things Meghan struggled with, again, not earning an income, set a friend. It's always set a friend. Is it Omid Scobie? Is it, Privy? Who is it? Who is it? Is it Jessica Maroney? I want to know who these anonymous friends are. Meghan, why don't you just put your name on it? You might as well, because it's coming from you and Sunshine Sachs and your personal PR people. She has always worked, and I think she felt unfulfilled. Despite reports that Harry, 35, was struggling in L.A., the couple did develop a friendship with Adele. We were told that Meghan ran, down the street to go talk to Adele about her marriage. We didn't see anything or hear anything about Harry being invited over. No, you just leave your kid and go wherever you want, and you're not there to be a mother anyway. My personal opinion. And the Duke of Sussex has befriended the Silicon Valley crowd, such as Leonardo DiCaprio, and has met last year's Google camp, reports the Sunday Times. I don't believe that either. I'm sure their social life would consist of dinner parties with people they can trust and connect with. Melanie Bromley, head of the news operations for NBC's E! Channel, told the Sunday Times they're going to be very wary about opening up their social circle too much, as fraternizing with the wrong people has the potential to be hugely damaging to their image and plans. Listen, the only thing that's they don't need to worry about people talking. The only thing that's damaging to their brand is Meghan Markle herself. She doesn't understand anything about branding. I understand. This is what I do as a profession, and everything she's done has counteracted anything that anybody has done to try to help her. She understands nothing about branding. She understands nothing about how to improve her reputation. Everything she does seems to tarnish it even more. Page 6. As a couple wait for quarantine restrictions to ease, they're enjoying time with their 1-year-old son Archie in Los Angeles mansion owned by Tyler Perry. I hope Tyler Perry kicks them out. I hope they both end up not even knowing where they're going to go. And I hope Prince Harry goes home. He is so brainwashed, and I do think, in my personal opinion, he is suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, from the constant berating and the belittling that she has done to him, till he's brainwashed, and instead of fighting and having arguments with her, he just gives in and says, yes, dear, whatever you want, and allows her to make the decisions. She is a narcissistic person, in my opinion, and I think she's terrible, humiliating. All these people come out and talk about, she's so sweet, she was so nice. These are people she's paying to be a vendor to do something for them, just like the people who supposedly came out and wished her a happy anniversary, that baked her wedding cake, that planned the wedding party. Well, she didn't pay for any of that. They're just trying to stay in good so they could use the royal name to help them in their future business. There's nobody that really cares about Meghan. Meghan doesn't have the ability to care about anybody, nor does she have the ability to care about her own son in the way a mother should, or to care about Harry in a way that a wife should. I feel so sorry for them. I'm not saying I don't blame Harry, because I definitely do. He's an idiot, and he's made a fool out of himself. But he stays in it, and the longer he does, the worse off he's going to be. Prince Harry was the driving force behind Megxit, not Meghan, sources say. Page 6 puts this out. So are you going to tell me Meghan is doing everything she can to polish her own little reputation that she'll throw Harry under the bus? Oh, Harry's having mental issues. Ups, Harry's depressed. Harry's not doing so good away from his family. That keeps the money flowing into her pockets. Now it's, Meghan didn't have anything to do with that. That was Harry. And yes, I know people bring up the times that Harry had said that if he had a choice, he wouldn't want to be a royal. He'd want to be an average Joe, doing an average thing. Well, no, he wouldn't, because he couldn't make it doing that. He's never had to do it. And yes, people may say those, but they don't necessarily mean they want to give it up. At least he didn't, not in the way it ended up being. That was because of Meghan's demands and the Queen not willing to meet all of those, that he had to up and leave. She had made a mess of things, and it wasn't going to end, and it's not going to end until Queen Elizabeth puts a stop to it, until Prince Charles cuts them off for good. Yes, we've been told that they're paying back Frogmore Cottage at $18,000 a month, and somebody said it would take 10 to 11 years to pay that off. I don't believe one penny of that's being done. Charles has handed over $4 million, $2 million, all of this at a time. It said in the agreement in Megxit that they would help them pay their security costs for 1 year, and then they would be on their own. I don't believe that they're broke. I think they're just holding all that money, or at least Meghan is. So if they do divorce, he'll actually have some liquid assets that he can give to her, and she's going to keep begging Charles. But hopefully he's starting to wise up now and see that the flirtatiousness, that the way she approached him and all other men that she was around, Meghan knows how to do it. She knows how to get what she wants out of men, and she behaves that way like a tramp. Okay, sorry. Let me take a deep breath. Let's go on. So I don't believe Harry was part or the reason behind Megxit. It was Meghan, 100%. Harry went along with it, didn't want to, but he wanted to make his marriage work and be a father for his child. Prince Harry was the guiding force in the decision to leave the royal family, a source told The Sun. What source? Meghan's source. Harry reportedly detests the term Megxit because it falsely implies that the move was orchestrated by his wife, Meghan Markle. Details. The Sun said would be revealed in the upcoming biography, Finding Freedom. Oh, that's just Omid and Carolyn Duran's bullshit lies that Meghan's told them. And they didn't get that from Harry. They got that directly from Meghan, that it was Harry's idea. See, this whole book, and there's no reason to read it, is because it's going to be filled with lies. It's all to try to make her look better and all to make the other two money. Harry and Meghan, Finding Freedom and the Making of a Modern Royal Family, out August 11th. The word Megxit in particular has always angered Prince Harry, as it gives him the impression, that the decision to walk away from the royal family was Meghan's, a source told the British tabloid. I'm telling you right now, it was not his decision. You can tell when he stood up and he read that speech that he was leaving. You could tell at his next to the last Royal Marines event that he was broken to be leaving. And yes, he made a big mistake. He knows that. The reality is Harry drove that decision. Nope, it's a lie. The book will make that clear and explain. I don't care if it is written in that book. It is not going to make it clear to myself. It is not going to make it clear to any of you. We know better. We know how she is. And this woman will do anything, including throw her own husband and child under a bus, to come out smelling like a rose. Harry has apparently been unhappy for a long time, and Meghan supported Harry's decision, according to The Sun's source. Why don't you reveal these sources? Really, this isn't Watergate, top secret, that you can't say that it was Harry Smith that was the source. Come on, people. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been quarantined with a 1-year-old. We know all this. Same old, same old. The couple's been spotted out and about on a few occasions, either walking their dog or delivering food to needy Californians. Yeah, right. The 2 times she had Jeff Rayner paid paparazzi out there taking pictures of them doing it, and they didn't do all the delivering that they claimed they did. That was revealed by another YouTuber who spoke, and I believe that was Ashley from the Danger Zone. Finding Freedom, penned by co-authors Carolyn Duran, Omid Scobie, is expected to hit shelves in August. Expected to be full of lives, and the book sales are going to be terrible. You're going to have her sugars and a few people that are just hoping that it will shed more light on who Meghan Markle is as a person that are going to buy it. Other than that, don't waste your money. It says the book was very much about the journey Meghan and Harry are embarking on, the source said. It will focus closely on the causes Meghan and Harry want to focus on and the new life that they're leading. Now, it's also been reported, and this is just a video. Actually, I borrowed this when I was watching Yankee Wally before, but I'll let you hear it real quick.
We tried to do it, but it would have damaged.
And I'll tell you.
It is.
Sorry, start over.
Markus Anderson's boyfriend. Well, as you will know, we tried to do it, but it would have damaged.
It is.
Okay, and basically, remember we've talked about Lady Colin Campbell, and her book is out in some places now, I think in Australia, and you can get it on Amazon UK. Can't get it in States just yet. I'm working and trying to see how I can obtain a copy. If anybody is watching this and lives somewhere else and wants to get the book, I'll pay you for the book and I'll pay you for the delivery to me so that I can get a copy as soon as possible because I want to read it and also report back to you guys on it. Anyway, let's see. The other thing I wanted to talk about, Meghan Markle and Harry couple could break Megxit terms with Sussex royal site. So it was said in this news article today that on the anniversary that people were going to the old Sussex Royal Instagram page and were leaving happy anniversary messages to Meghan and Harry, which was supposed to have been shut down and had been, and the comments have been turned off. So what did they do? They, so that their sugars and everybody, I guess, could get in touch with them, they decide that they're going to go and turn it back on, for the day, so that they could get those happy anniversary wishes. That was supposed to have been shut down as of March the 31st. So they're in breach of contract with shutting down all of that by March the 31st, if they do, in fact, have that open. And that would be them breaking the rules of the Megxit agreement. Says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry agreed to stop using the word royal from spring 2020, but as May draws to a close, their Sussex royal website remains active. Now, it had not been active before because I had been there myself. Yes, it's active in the sense that it's still up there, and maybe they said take it down altogether. So when are they going to do that? Meghan is keeping that up so that she can try to find a way to get those, I forgot if it was 11 million or 15 million followers from Instagram, because when her team approached Instagram to see if they could possibly, allow them to move it over to whatever new account that they set up, and they said, no, we no longer do that, and we're not going to make an exception in your case. All they have to do is go and create a new site. Ask the Queen if they could go back on there one time just to give what their new site's going to be. And let's see if she gets as many followers as she had at that time, because I believe she was buying followers, because there were a lot of interactions and things that were posted on there that did not look like organic followers. So anyway, let's see. The Express goes on as working members of the firm. Harry and Meghan created a significant fan base with their Sussex Royal brand. They amassed more than 11 million followers with their Sussex Royal Instagram account, and it is understood that they intended to launch their own foundation under the Sussex Royal name, which we know the Queen said that you can't use Sussex Royal. We don't want it trademarked with the selling or merchandising of anything, which we know Meghan was already trying to do that. Prior to them leaving. So that's what made her mad. They had paid so much for the new Sussex Royal website and Instagram page and paid to get all the followers over there. So that's why they were so upset with losing the ability to use Sussex Royal. The Express says significant changes are outlined in the couple's SussexRoyal.com website, which remains active on May 26th. That's supposed to be taken down. So I wonder if the Queen is going to say to them at their one-year meeting, you didn't take down the Instagram page and the website on March the 31st, which you had agreed to do and was part of the deal, that you would no longer remain active, whether you're actively using it, posting on it, or if it's just up so that people can see things on it. Details about Meghan and Harry's spring 2020 transition on their site was outlined. They would discontinue the use of the word royal as they seek to become financially independent. Excuse me for a moment. Got myself worked up, needed something to drink. The website states, as the Duke and Duchess will no longer be considered full-time working members of the royal family, it was agreed use of the word royal would need to be reviewed as it pertains to organizations associated with them in this new regard. While the Duke and Duchess are focused on plans to establish a new nonprofit organization, given the specific UK government rules surrounding the use of the word royal, we know all this. It's been therefore agreed that the nonprofit organization will not utilize the name Sussex Royal or any other iteration of the word royal. For the above reason, the trademark applications that had been filed as protective measures and reflected the same standard trademarking request as done for the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. While there is no adjudication by the monarchy or cabinet office over the use of the word royal overseas, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex do not intend to use the Sussex Royal or any iteration of the word royal in any territory, either in the UK or otherwise, when the transition occurs in 2020. This was all listed on the website, but after the Queen told them that they could not use the word Royal Sussex or the word royal, they, as a smartass, Meghan had her people, and you could tell it was written by people in America, her PR firm, because it goes back and says the Queen doesn't own the word royal. And it's what a childish, petulant thing to do, to go back, and it's like bad-mouthing the Queen to say, you might say, we can't use it. We just weren't planning on using it, but you can't tell us because you don't own it. One royal expert has reacted to Meghan and Harry's continued use of Sussex Royal website and explained how they could breach the terms of their exit deal if the site remains active into June. Well, they've already breached it. That was supposed to be down as of the 31st. But let's see what Mr. Fitzwilliam added. They did on their website claim that there were no adjudication over the use of the word royal by the monarchy or government abroad, which clearly indicated they were unhappy with this decision. Their website still uses SussexRoyal.com into 2020, blah, 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 when the change is supposed to occur, as stated in their website, officially ends. It says it on their website and Instagram on May the 31st. I assume that it will no longer be used after that date. While Mr. Fitzwilliam thinks the couple is likely to make the website inactive by June, if they don't, he has suggested that they release a statement to explain why. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's still up, and this is just my opinion. I think they're going to keep it up until the Queen tells them to take it down. I think they're going to go on and send an invitation to every follower that they had on the Sussex Royal Instagram page so that they can try to get that 11 million back, because I believe Meghan paid, and you can pay for followers on any social media platform that you have. You can get so many followers for X amount of money, and each one is a little bit different. But what it is you're also getting followers, and they had something set up on their page, I'm going to say allegedly, that if you went and looked at it, it was capturing you and counting you as a follower or a viewer when you didn't actually hit the word follow. So I would go on, look at the sites, made sure that I was not doing follow, but still, if you're a viewer and let's just say they're working with ABC Company and they're going to sell pencils, they can say, I have 11 million followers, but I've got 15 million viewers. The more followers and viewers that you have actually increases how profitable making a post on your site can be. So it's all about making money for them when you have that many followers. He added, they did, after all, cease to be working members of the royal family, with a view becoming financially independent on the 31st of March. It should not be too onerous for them to keep to the agreement. They were reportedly behind a book by Omid Scobie and Catherine Durand, Finding Freedom, which is apparently intended to give their perspective on the last 2 turbulent years. Listen, people, they were working on this 2 years before he even sent this book to the publisher. So basically, when Meghan came over and started dating Harry, she met Omid Scobie through Markus, because they're members of the same SOHO House that Meghan was a member of, and she knew he was a royal contributor, but he wasn't an author, and we can't find any journalism background on him. But it was also allegedly said that Omid dated Markus Anderson, and when I showed you the Lady C video a moment ago, that was because Omid Scobie and his team have contacted Lady C to see if she would take it out of the book where he says that that he dated Markus, and he wanted to take it off her video that she made. And then also Team Meghan had contacted her to try to find out some of the things that were going to be in their book. This lady, Colin Campbell, is not a stupid lady. She's written many books, and many on the royals as well. And does she really think they're going to listen to her and take things out, or that she's going to give away what's going to be in that book? No. And they ask her a few things, and she even says in the video that it made her quite upset, and she kind of give them a little bit of a backlash and to let them know, you're not going to railroad me. And so if you've got an issue, you take it elsewhere or take it up in court. Okay, so that's why I wrote, Dear Queen Elizabeth, it's your move and we need a checkmate. Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, you need to tighten the screws on Meghan now. All these little things that you think that she's doing that are harmless are not harmless. She's getting the wool over you. Right now, she's trying to act like she's making amends with the people that she hurt over there, just in case they have to come back, just in case they run out of money and they need more money. All of this is a ploy because Meghan does not apologize because she doesn't do anything wrong. I'm sure if that did happen and Catherine said she accepted her apology, which it was reported that she did, she's a very gracious young woman, and I'm sure she would accept it. It doesn't mean she's ever going to trust her again. You yourself know that, of course, you have people watching her because of the things that she did, but there was not a conspiracy among the courtiers to do anything to her. They didn't go out and leak stories about her, and if they did report anything back to the Queen, she's on their payroll. She works for the Queen, and she has a right to know. So I'm going to leave it there. I want to know what you think. Let me know your comments. Let me know on content that you would like to see. And sorry, but I got worked up reading some things on there tonight, and it just infuriated me, and I thought I'm going to put out a quick video. I really hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and so I can increase my viewership. And I hope you'll watch my next video. Thank you all for listening. May you all be blessed and have a wonderful day, evening. And I hope life is going well for you and that you're doing well. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.